inform you how those are going for the fans at home. But Hayden's on your left, Tyler's on your right, and we are going to be watching Tyler Wilkerson, with any luck, for the rest of this tournament, and we can crown another player who has back-to-back open wins.
You see that Standard Open trophy right to his right there.
Mm-hmm. And again, Tyler's going to be on the play. He's the #1 seed. Gataxian Pro is how we're going to start things off. He's going to take a look at hand of Double-Wooded Foothills. Got a Deathrite Shaman, an Edel Sentinel, a Finhorn Elf, and 2 copies of Elvish Visionary. Rather innocent hand here from Bedsole.
Yeah, this is a hand that can be very explosive if he finds a glimpse quickly, but otherwise it's just a lot of little knuckleheads, so. This is the type of hand that can go turn 1 Finhorn Elf, turn 2 Elvish Visionary, and then if there's a glimpse, actually just go off from there.
Yeah.
So as innocent looking as that hand is, it has a lot of potential.
Wilkerson just plays Nylon, passes the turn back. Bedsole is going to play that Finhorn Elf after searching up a forest, maybe a bayou. It will be the non-basic and pass the turn back.
Picked up a Wirewood Symbiote that turn. This is the type of hand that's really good at grinding out slow games, but of course, Omnitel is not really going to let Hayden play that style.
Yeah. All right, so Wilkerson will take a draw. He finds a Quicken. He does have Forceful. He has Show and Tell in his hand right now, too. He's just going to pass the turn back here. Might see an end of turn Brainstorm, maybe end of turn Quicken. We'll find out. He's also got his Emrakul in his hand, and he has Show and Tell as well. Now, here's the thing. Show and Telling an Emrakul is not the end-all be-all against combos. They can go off the very next turn pretty easily.
Yeah, and actually allowing them to Show and Tell in another elf, it can be quite good for them as well, because they're a lot about getting a saturation of permanence in play.
Elvish Visionary going to come into play. That'll resolve. Dryad Arboreal is added to the hand. There's the Wirewood Symbiote as well. Sacrifice this Wooded Foothills, go down to 18. Will Bedsole. He's going to play a Deathrite Shaman and pass the turn back.
And Tyler has Forcible in his hand, but I think that he's only saving this for Glimpse or potentially Natural Order. Hayden developing his board like this in a lot of matchups was quite powerful. You might see some normal decks provide some resistance at some point here, but Tyler is going to let Hayden going to do all the set that he wants and just try to cut off the conclusion.
All right, Wilkerson going to cast a Quicken maybe on the end of turn? He is. So a Cantrip. Is it time to Brainstorm as well? See, Preordain was added to the hand. And oh wow, so he can Quicken into Brainstorm. He can Quicken into Preordain. Wow. I was thinking the same thing.
I thought he was just cycling.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. Look at that good deck building.
I was like, no, you're going to get a game loss.
Yeah. Not like this. City of Traders added to the hand. He can Brainstorm now. And if he finds Omniscience, he can go crazy. 1, 2. There's Omniscience. Showtime, folks. So he adds those cards, and he actually found Show and Tell and Omniscience, so it is definitely Showtime. He does have Emrakul in his hand, and he can put that into play, take the extra turn. There's your City of Traders. There's your Show and Tell. Hayden puts a card in. Tyler's will be better than his. There's Omniscience. He even has the Enter the Infinite, too, so. Yeah. He has the proverbial all here. There's the Infinite. Bedsole says, yeah, I mean, you can go through it really quick if you'd like.
Dude, super cool synergistic elf deck.
Yeah.
Totally sweet.
Yeah. My deck's got some synergies too.
Yeah. 12 cost cards and things that ignore mana costs. That's a combo.
Cunning Wish gonna go get Release the Ants. And it'll be over in just a moment, Hayden, we do promise.
Releases the Ants, reveals.
Let's play the Clash game. He's going to take a look at that. I guess we can do the same. Take a look at Release the Ants. Deals 1 damage. Clash comes back to the grip. Shows him Enter the Infinite. I'm going to do this a bunch and kill you. So that is going to be it, and that's all. Release the Ants going to get the job done. I think that's Shadowmoor?
I guess it has to be from Lorwyn block, right? That was the Clash block?
Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter where it's from. He's dead. That's what we know. I'm back here in the booth, Cedric Phillips, Patrick Sullivan, because it is trivia time giveaway. Now, do you have a question or do I ask the question?
You got a question.
I got a question?
Yeah.
All right, you got the rules. Go for it.
So, Cedric is going to ask you a question pertaining usually to the top 8 match or something going on in the tournament. You will tweet your answer at SCG Live and hashtag SCG Premium. Among the correct answers, one will be drawn at random, and the person drawn will receive 3 free months of Star City Games premium content.
All right, and the question is, make sure you got your Twitters ready. Within Mr. Wilkerson's sideboard, he has a black card in his sideboard. You can cast it for free, and it was very integral to help him actually win his match against Adam Fox, make the top 8. So if you can name that free black spell on his sideboard that he can Cunning Wish for, hashtag the answer, the hashtag at SCG Premium. Make sure you're following at SCG Live as well.
Just confirming there wasn't a second one.
Yeah, I know. I'm safe. Hashtag the answer, hashtag SCG Premium. Make sure you're following SCG Live, and we will announce the winner at the conclusion of the quarterfinals. So again, it's about accuracy, not speed, as we will head back over to the match for you guys. Hayden is going to predictably bring in some discard spells here.
Yeah, let's check actually the extent to which he has some. He has 3 copies of Cabal Therapy and 3 copies of Thoughtseize, so quite a bit of disruption there. He also has a Gaddock he can bring in, so he's got a little bit of action that he can go to. And on the other side, as you mentioned before, Tyler Wilkerson sideboard basically committed to a Cunning Wish package, but I do expect us to see the 4 copies of Leyline and the Sanctity to come in to fight against Hayden's discard.
He knows the only thing that he has to actually care about is discard. There's nothing else funky coming in here. You see the 3 Thoughtseizes and some other things, but it only gets funky with the, I mean, I guess there's a confusion in the ranks that could make things a little bit weird, but other than that, you know, it's discard and 3 Thoughtseizes and 3 Therapies, and so Leyline is a natural trump to that, and that's where I think Wilkerson will go. And if the last game was any indication, he's just faster. That's all it is.
Faster, more cantrips, force of will, you know, and we saw all of those pieces of the puzzle. He was a turn faster to the kill than Hayden was. It wasn't even clear Hayden could kill the following turn. He was setting up his draws with cantrips the whole way, whereas Hayden was just sort of using his draw step and hoping to assemble a kill. And Tyler also had force of will backup in case Hayden had an especially explosive start. So every piece of the puzzle that gives Tyler an edge in this matchup was evident in the first game.
Quick update for you guys really quickly. David Winsauer does win game number 1 over Stephen Mann. Ad nauseum tendrils up a game.
On the draw, not easy to do.
Yeah, may have killed him on turn 1 or something like that. But they have discard spells, so they can make life easy on themselves and push through.
Yep. I lost in the top 8 of a Legacy Open myself to a turn 1 kill out of Storm.
How was that? Was that fun?
I went turn 1 Mountain Goblin Guide. It revealed Lion's Eye Diamond.
Okay.
My opponent kept 7 cards, and I was ready to concede on the spot to revealing Lion's Eye Diamond. I didn't get a turn after that. There's some photo somewhere of me with a Goblin Guide and a Mountain tapped, and my opponent with, 20 cards in play.
To be fair, he's at 18, so.
He was at 18, that's true.
That's that. You were off to a really good start. You probably had a good hand yourself.
It wasn't actually that good. It was a borderline mulligan, but if I ripped a land in the first couple turns, it could have been a turn 3 hand.
Okay.
Which I thought was good enough.
Yeah, sure.
Was not good enough.
No. As it turns out.
Liam Kane.
Well, you remember the name and everything. He must have just done you bad.
We kind of became buddies after the fact. He's one of the Los Angeles area Legacy players.
Okay.
So I'm kind of in touch with that scene. There's a lot of good people and weird characters who reminds me of my old New Jersey scene. So
sure.
I have some attachment there.
I can respect that. See, both players are going to take a look at their 7 cards here. Hayden is going to send it back. He knows he's in a really, really difficult matchup. He barely made the top 8 on breakers. And obviously you're thrilled when you make it in, but you are not thrilled when you're playing against the Standard Open champion who is playing well and just crushing people.
Yeah, and rumor has it on the floor that Hayden won a really dramatic game against Punishing Jund to get here in the first place, which is not a good matchup for
No,
Alex.
not at all.
Ripping a natural order on his last turn to steal a game as he was basically punishing Fire Locked, or would have been going forward. So
But you got to do what you got to do. Top deck. All right.
pretty awesome way to get in that game combined with sneaking in on breakers.
I mean, totally. Yeah. Totally an awesome way to get in. Yeah, it's just that whatever it takes mentality, really. All right, Bedsole's going to draw. See what he's able to find. He's happy enough. So we'll begin. There's the ley line.
You can see the raised eyebrows from Hayden of, yep, of course.
Yeah.
That too. I do not believe he has a way to get that card off of the table.
Nope. There's a Savannah along with Heritage Druid Wilkerson. They'll draw a card. Didn't even have to mulligan for the ley line, so that's fortunate for him.
And the Savannah in there to cast a sideboarded Gaddock T.
Gotcha. So, an island will begin. And he just passes the turn back. Bedsole will draw a card. momentarily. He's got his Heritage Druid. He's got his Savannah. You're going to have to add to that and do it quick. Don't try any of those discard spells either. There's a Deathrite Shaman.
And for as powerful as the Elf deck is, it has a lot of draws that are just a sea of 1/1s coming out. And you're waiting for one of your power cards, Natural Order or Glimpse, to allow you to actually do something powerful. So against a lot of normal decks, this opening from Hayden is actually fine because he's setting up shop and applying a little bit of pressure, and any of his big draws can potentially win in the game on the spot. But against Omnitel, he just doesn't have that kind of time to be waiting for one of his payoff cards.
All right, Bedsole will draw a card. Looks like he hit a couple lands there. You see there's a Bayou and there's a Windswept Heath over there. There's the Heath. He's got a Thoughtseize in his hand too, and all he can do is attack for 3. Gonna knock Wilkerson down to 16. Rather slow clock for the Elves player. Here's a Brainstorm in the end of turn from Wilkerson. Going to get it all set up here. He's got the perfect Brainstorm too. There's a Show and Tell and an Emrakul.
Sure.
Yeah. When you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah, why not?
I think he has Omniscience in his hand too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
A run-of-the-mill Brainstorm here.
I think I might try casting Brainstorm soon.
Yeah, when I see it,
you see Tyler's face, he's just like, yeah.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, take the island right off my deck, shuffle her up. Pretty good draw.
Yeah, sometimes I watch Brainstorm and I think to myself, this has to be better than casting Flame Rift.
Debatable. Because Brainstorm, it's just too easy. Flame Rift, you gotta earn it.
Brainstorm's kind of, your fetch land option, you have to choose correctly. I mean, I think with this deck, it's fairly straightforward because you're trying to assemble, A plus B. But I think the honest Brainstorm decks, the Rug Delvers and the Esper Blades of the world, it's actually pretty complicated in a lot of places.
All right.
That was an easy Brainstorm, I feel like. That one I could have managed.
Yeah, you could have figured that one out. Here's the City of Traders. It's time for the 3-mana Show and Tell. I'm going to put Omniscience into play. How about you? Oh, Bayou. That's a good card.
It's an alien invasion.
Yeah. Emrakul, trigger. I would like to take another turn, even though I'm not quite done with this one just yet.
Yeah.
He could cast a Cunning Wish. I think, yeah, you can just Cunning Wish, go get Intuition for the Infinite, and get you dead. Boy.
These were some not bad draws.
Average draws here for Mr. Wilkerson. There's an Intuition. I'm going to, just like, look, man, just do it.
Yeah.
Just kill me, please.
Hayden, naturally with a Thoughtseize in hand.
Yep. Staring directly at a Leyline of Sanctity. There are 3 copies of Enter the Infinite. These go to the bin. This one goes to the grip. I'm going to cast this. Can I just stop shuffling my deck and just hold it? Yes, I can.
Hayden hoping for some sort of colossal operations error here from Tyler, but that's not happening.
Borderline impossible. Here's a Cunning Wish. I'm going to go get Release the Ants. And it's going to be like game 1 yet again. Clashing all day long. He's hoping maybe the Release the Ants isn't over there, but there is the red instant. I'm going to cast this.
Well, it's got to be somewhere. It's either in his hand or it's...
Yeah, I'm going to do this again and again and again. And that is going to do it. Tyler Wilkerson, our Standard Open champion, is moving on. Defeats Hayden Bedsole 2-0, and that means Omnitel is going to be playing the winner of Chris Janis, who is playing Punishing Jund, and Thomas Hickey, who is playing Reanimator. But the back-to-back is still alive. You can best believe we're going to be following him into the next round as well because we want to see it happen.
This could be, the opening show in Indianapolis, a lot of great storylines. One that almost came to fruition